from the
chat. We're so close to 269 likes. Can you get us there? Can you get us there just for the memes? We're so close.
From the Warhammer 40K decks, we are going to have base versions and collector edition versions of these pre-con commander decks. This is all also coming alongside 3 secret layer drops. So in totality, the Warhammer 40K product coming to us is going to be 3 secret layers of Warhammer 40K and 4 commander decks, each with a different version, the base version and the collector's edition of the commander deck. We don't really have many more details other than that, but we did see the Tyrannid, we did see the Imperium. So the Tyrannid is going to be a, oh no, sorry, this is Necron Dynasties. This is a mono black pre-con deck. That's very interesting. I missed that when we were going through it. A mono black pre-con deck. I like that a lot. Forces of the Imperium is our black, blue, white. We've got the
little Esper action.
Yep, Esper for the Imperium. We got the Tyrannid Swarm representing our Maelstrom Wanderer colors, if you will.
Teamer.
Little Teamer love.
You remember Teamer Standard, where everything was Teamer, and they even had like Black Teamer and.
Oh yeah. And we also got Ruinous Powers, which is our
Scarab God.
Which is our, like, probably more traditional what you think of when you think of 40K. I don't know much about 40K, y'all. Honestly, I'm going to have to learn between now and then so I don't call any of this dumb stuff the wrong name. But red, black, blue, we've got the Ruinous Powers. And we saw...
One thing that I really like about... Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Go
but
ahead.
One thing I really like about 40K is the aesthetic of it. The armor, you have, like, the giant pauldrons... just like the Space Marines look really cool. It's always been like one of those worlds that looks kind of like, I don't know, a very unforgiving world. And then there's also, I don't know if anybody ever played Starcraft, but it in a lot of ways reminds me of the Marines in Starcraft. The armor looks very similar to 40K. It's just a really cool aesthetic, and it's something that I think it's neat to have Magic versions of these cards. This is a game that could never have its own card game, so the fact that it gets to live inside of MTG is kind of neat.
Paul asks, does the collector version of the EDH deck come with 100 curved sleeves to adequately protect them? And that is a good question, and I hope it really does. We got to see Abaddon the Despoiler, red, black, blue, 2 other 5/5 Trampler. Type.
Vicious says 40K has its own card game. I don't even know about it. You know, that's kind of why I think an IP like this needs to live inside of MTG. That way it gets a little more exposure. Sorry to cut you off again, Joel.
Type is a Startaze Warrior. It's got trample on the 5/5 body, and it says during your turn, spells you cast from your hand with mana value X or less have Cascade, where X is the total amount of life your opponents have lost this turn. So big lost life spells or big attacks is going to let you cast more spells for free via Cascade. Cool to have Cascade in these colors. This isn't normally, that is a teamer effect, minimum like Simic effect, and green is not present in this deck, so it's nice to get a little cascading action on a red, black, blue card. What do y'all think of this one?
Kind of cool. I think it's kind of neat. I'm getting absolutely educated here in chat on StarCraft's origin, and Hugh Murphy says StarCraft was originally going to be 40K based until Blizzard broke off talks. Their Marines are very much based on Space Marines. Okay, so the more you know. Now we know.
There you go.
Thank you for sharing that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've always kind of thought they were just the same. That shows how much I know about that fandom.
Yeah, there you go.
I think this is the card that Jake and I were most excited about today, and that's Blood for the Blood God. This card seems like it is quite staple-ish. I don't like to call cards staples, but I will say this is staple-ish.
If you're in Rakdos, I think that this card is a shoe-in.
If you're in a Rakdos deck that's running Blasphemous Act, it's a yes. It's a 100% yes. Because this and B-Act run right alongside each other. One less for each creature that died this turn. So it's not going to be super difficult to turn that into a black, red spell. And then at instant speed, discard your hand, then draw 8 cards, 8 damage to each opponent. exile the card so you can't recast it. This doesn't even have a drawback, ladies and gentlemen. This does not have a drawback for you other than you're discarding your hand, and that's not a drawback, y'all.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the way that I feel about it is, you know, even if they wrath for 5, you can EOT cast this for 6. I mean, like when I say wrath for 5, I mean wrath to kill 5 things on the board. You know, you don't need a full board in order for this card to be good.
Right.
I think that it's an excellent card to leave up when you're just like out of gas. Play around it, fill your hand back up. I think this card is just, it's so strong. It's
and look,
very strong.
Jake and I have been playing in our Commander League that we run through the Discord and the Patreon. You play Spell Table from the comfort of your own home for prizes. Join our Patreon if you want to join the Commander League. Jump into the Discord if you want to learn more about it. Jake and I have played in it a lot this year, and I got to tell you, token creature strategies are running wild right now. Token creature, it feels like every spell nowadays is like destroy target creature, create a 1/1, just draw 3 cards, create a 1/1. Put a land into play.
Oh yeah,
create
and
a 1/1.
just gonna say this with like Furnace of Wrath or Fiery Emancipation. I mean,
insane.
like that 8 damage to each opponent, turning into 24 damage.
Right, exactly.
This card could be the kill shot. This is just like, it's everything you want.
I feel like this goes in your Karavek. This definitely goes. I'm building Anhelo right now. I'm building Anhelo, the new Maestro, not the new Maestro Massacre. He's the new whichever one he is. He's the one that's got the sacrifice a creature. You get to copy your instant or sorcery spell. I've been building him lately, and this is automatically going in the deck. If I could copy this spell, I mean, you draw 16 cards. Obviously, you only get to keep the second 8, but then 16 damage. I mean, you're running this in a black-blue deck where I don't care about discarding my hand because my graveyard's my second hand. So, oh, baby.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Kenny said, someone mentioned Karavik? Kenny is our resident eagle eye for the Karavik content.